Okay, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today's topic is about the environment lighting, like creating fog effects in Maya. There are two categories to create a fog in Maya. Let's see one by one. Okay. To create a fog effect, I just want to create an environment, so I'll create it. Uh, I'll create a plane. I think it's recording. Yeah. I'll create kind of a bridge kind of thing. I'll just duplicate this. By using Control D, I can duplicate. Let me increase the size of this. Oh, so this will be as the ground. Okay, this is gonna be as the bridge. I mean, which kind of. Okay. So on the side view, I'll just place this. I'll just make it duplicate. I'll rotate this. For 90 degrees. I'll duplicate this. And I just want to make some multiple copies, so I'll use the Shift D to multiple duplicates at the same. Okay. I'm going to render from this angle, so you can see some things. Okay, I'll just hide this by creating the new layer. Now we're just going to do some sculpting for this. Go for the mesh edit, that sculpting tool. I'm going to use the sculpt tool. To make it deep, just use the control. Okay, normally it comes out. If you want to make it deep, just hold the control. I press 3, so it will be a proxy smooth. And use this because the land doesn't have the proper flat surface, right? Basically it will be a little bit of up and downs, so just creating that thing. Okay, now I've just created this. Okay, select the angles. This will be the angle. Now what I'm gonna do, let's add some items in the bottom, I mean on the ground side. Okay, it's empty, right? I just want to add some materials or object so it will be attractive. So I'll go for the content browser, go for the Windows general editors. In that content browser, okay, I'll be using some meshes in this. um, Prox. Thus I'll use this object. I'll reduce the size by using R. I'll separate this. Hold shift and right click. Hold. Separate. This and this will be the same. So I can separate this. I want to make it as it hasn't been opened or something. Okay. I rotate this. Let's place it on the ground so it's I'll take the cap. I'll place it on this angle. You can add your own objects for to fill the empty spaces. I'm just using this two parts. Okay. mm, I'll take this also. Like a broken tree or something. I place it over here. I'll change this material. So shift right click, just right click, assign new material, shaders. I'll in the Maya surface I'll go for the Lambert because that's the default color, I mean the materials. Okay. Now we have set up the scene. Okay. Now we need to create a fog effect, right? For the create a fog effect, I'll use the Arnold renders. So go for Arnold settings. Okay. Change under render using to the Arnold. Okay. Then you'll get the Arnold options. Go for Arnold renders. In this option, you can see the option called environment, right? Go for this atmosphere, the first option. Okay. In this, we're gonna add the fog effects. We have totally two types in this. Okay. Click on this checkerbox, create atmosphere volume and create AIFOG. First let's see about the fog. Okay, have created this. If I go for the render view, if I render C, you can see some the fog has been created, right, without using any lights or something. It's not necessary to use a lighting part for this fog. There was another option called like atmosphere volume, right? The first option. We need lighting for those option only. Okay. See, we got the fog kind of effect. It's not perfect fog. It's kind of it's a starting procedure. Okay. I think this surface is not. It's not down. This thing is not touching the ground. So I'll just select this. I'll pull this down. I'll select this both. Okay. Rest of the things are okay. Let's see about the option now. In this, to select the attributes of the fog, just go back to the render settings itself. Just click on this. So you get the attributes options, or else you can't find it on anywhere. You have to go for the same option itself. Okay, first the option is about the colors. If you want to change your fog color, kind of presently it's in white, right? Just click on it. If you want to change, you can just change it. See, if you want to make it as a blue, something like illusion, like aliens used to come, right? You can change the color you want. The saturations can be reduced in the second. Okay, the distance. Distance means the how far the fog should be visible for you. Something like present defaultly it's in 20, right? If I try to increase it, or if I try to decrease it, if I make it 0, you can't see the fog or any lighting content in this. So defaultly just give us a 20, right? If it was in before 20, let me give as a 5 now. So you can see the difference. I'll just take some snapshot of this so you can see the difference how it looks. Oh, it's too much, sorry. What is it? This is the default one. The previous one I just reduced it. I'll take a snapshot of this also. You can see the difference in this. See, you can see this part. This part has the same lighting. The rest of the parts are getting dull, right? Means the if you reduce the value, it get decreases. If you increase the value, it gets more kind of a foggy effect. I'll increase now. Before it was in 10, right? This is a 10 effect. This is a 20, and let me go for a 60 directly. 10, 20, and 60. You can see the difference, right? The more distance you give, the you can see the more foggy effect on this. Okay, for me, let it be the 20 itself, the default section. I don't want to change anymore. Okay, next about the height. Before the height, I want to show the about the ground normal. Means which direction should the fog should uh, give the effect. Okay, default it's in Z, X, Y, and Z. This is how we calculate the axis. Okay, X, Y, and Z. Z axis. Z axis means it's in the front portion. Like if you see, the Z axis shows towards the front. So the fog is releasing from the front portion. I just want to change the angle of it. So I'll make it this 0. Okay, if you make it 0, if all the values are 0 in the ground normal, you can't see the fog because there's no source to produce the angle, I mean the direction of the fog. Okay, just I want to change it as a, for example, I just want to make it as a y means up and down, not on the sideways. It's like a vertical drop. I'll make it as a 1. You can see this. Now I'll change to the y direction. Let me show how the height plays in this. Now default is in 5000, means height means reducing the height of the fogs. Distance means the far distance, far. Okay, you can see. I'll take a screenshot of this also. The light is producing from the top. Okay, you can see the difference. If I make it as a -1, see, the lighting is coming from the down part. Before it was in up. It was like a fade thing. If I make this 1, come back to the normal. I'll make it as a -1 itself. Okay, I'll increase the size of the height. 5.5. See, uh, let it be 0. So let it be the default 5000 itself. I'll go back to 5000. I'll make this as a 1 itself. Okay, I'll make this 0. Now let's see about the x directions. X comes from the sidewise, right? It's inside, so the fog is creating from the side. The rest of the parts are same. Okay, if you make it as a minus, it comes on the left side. I want the default. Just want to make it as a y direction. I'll give for the 1 for the y axis. Okay, and let me reduce the part of the distance. Can see, this can be used for kind of for desert scene also. You can use this. You can change the for a desert scenes or creating kind of environment of deserts. You can create this. It will be useful for you. This kind of fogs can be used for outdoors, for a snow kind of things, or if you want to show as a in this kind of thing you can show as a ghost, a cemetery places kind of. It will be nice to see in this part. Okay, the main thing you have to play within the distance and the ground normals, so this shows the directions to the fogs to produce the effect. Okay, I think so you guys got this. This is the easy step, not so tough. How to create a fog kind of thing. This is can you can create kind of underwater scenes by using this also, by adding some noises. I'll show you in the next section, coming section, how to create an underwater scene with a detailed part. Okay, in that we'll be adding the fog, the same AIFOG to that same part. Okay, this is kind of a one part of a fog. Let's see another kind of. I'll be using the interior kind of fog. For interior fog means kind of a sunrise used to come inside the house. You can see that kind of a separate rays, right? Kind of thing. I'll show you how to create that. So I need a interior. I have my previous model which I have done with texture. I'll show you by that. Okay, I'll take a new scene for this. Open the file. I set the project before because it has been textured, right? I'll open it. So I'm using student version. It takes time. It has been imported. It okay, this part which I have created is a small interior design with it has been textured and bumped also. It's been a long time of creating this. Okay, I'll create a camera for this. I want to place the angle. I'll just create a camera. In the side view I'll cycle through camera. Yeah, it's visible now in this. I've selected a camera. I'll lock the camera. It'll be easy. Okay, now we need to create the fog kind of thing for interior part. So same option, go for the render settings of the Arnold. Okay, Arnold render, environment, right? It's already bit has been added. Okay, it's if you know if you're not able to see this, break the connections, go for the checker box, create AS atmosphere volume. Okay, this is the option which we're going to use. I have added the environment. If you try to render this, you can't see anything in this because there's no light. We need a light for the atmosphere. Atmosphere means kind of a lighting source which we need to manually add the lights inside. See, it comes like a Dell kind of thing. So I'm going to use the Maya lighting for this. I'm not going to use the Arnold light, okay? Because foggy, we need some kind of fog effect, right? Create, go for the create options in this light. I'm going to use the direction light because I need a direct source from the window part. Okay, create lights, direction light. I'll increase the size. It doesn't matter how much you scale this light, the direction light, it's not gonna get affected or something. Okay, I want kind of a crossy kind of light, so I'll just place it on this. Okay, in the render settings, I'll sorry, I'll go for render view. I'll place the camera shape one. I'll just render this. This is taking time. Okay, I'll reduce the samples. Defaultly, everything will be in the two. This render Arnold render samples is for increasing quality of your renders. Defaultly, it will be in the two. Let it be in the two itself. Go for the common section. For the class purpose, my render should get a little bit faster, right? Just I'm reducing the size of the image. It's this takes time. You can see the lighting source. I'll increase some intensity of the direction light, so because I need some more lighting source, right? uh, for the let me give for 15,000. The bottom, I think this is a floor, yeah, floor. I'll reduce the specularity because we can see the reflections on the floor, right? It should be so highlighted in that. I'll reduce the specularity. Let's see now. I think, yeah, not standard, so I'll add the texture back to this. I mean, this model has been made too far. Okay. Reflectivity, just reduce this. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, no, I think it's not reflecting now, right? Yeah, before it was. Okay, now from this window we need some kind of a fog effect, the sun kind of thing, lighting source. We got the direction of the light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another light for this spot lighting. Okay, this helps to create the fog or a race kind of thing. Or it is increase the size. Intensity of this default will be in the 1, so I'll increase for 20,000. Let's see how it looks. It's not visible right now. Let me reduce off this direction light so I can see. I think I have given the light right. I have created atmosphere. Yes, I have created. Yeah. Another thing, go for the atmosphere. In the density, you have to give 1000. So you can see the fog effect in this. Should I increase it? No. Mhm. I don't have any glasses in this. Let's try now. Yeah, just increase the intensity for 15,000, so you get kind of a race. See, this is what we needed. We got this. Now after creating this, select the direction light. Now increase the intensity of the direction light. If you given the spotlight for 15,000, give the direction light for 20,000, 5,000 extra. You can see a kind of fog, or it's not visible still the fog effect properly. Just increase more for this, or 20,000 or 18. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's okay, right? Or should I increase more? The cone angles means reducing the cone sizes. I'll show you. This to increase the and decrease the size of the cone. I'll just reduce this. I select the direction light. I'll reduce this. Let me keep for 18,000. Okay, I need to increase more. Change the angles of the cone so you can see the fog. Select the direction light. Let me give for 5,000. I think this is enough. Round it 10,000. No, let it be 8. 8 is enough. So you can see the direction light and the fog light. Why you need the direction light means so you want to cover of this environment full of lightings, right? It should be visible in the ceiling part and the lamp. Everything should be visible. If it's not the just if you want to see the fog kind of thing or something, uh, if you reduce it, you are not able to see the textures and the model which you have created because the fog doesn't um, show the object which you have created, the elements which you have done. It doesn't shows out because the fog just it's like a smoke kind of thing, right? It's like a fade which shows you the reflection. It's not a reflection also, it's kind of a race kind of thing. You want to see some lights or you want to see some default lightings, right? So I have just used the direction for this, so it will be visible for you. If you make it as a let's go back to the same section. 8,000. See, now let's increase the samples of the render. Let's see how the output is coming. Okay, I'll make it as a 4 4 4 4 and 4. Okay, I'll go for the common settings. Image size present, I'll make it as a 1080 as a full HD. Okay, the resolutions will be as a 300. pixels. So because I want to reduce this noise kind of things, I'll reduce the size. Let's see how the output looks. If your model is textured or you have given the bump mapping and all, it looks realistic and it looks good also. Just doing the model and just giving the render part doesn't make any sense, because by visualization only we can assume that the material which the model which you have created, it's a iron or a plastic or a cloth kind of things which you have given the textures, only we can find it out, right? If you're not given the textures or if you're not given the materials for those things, we can't think that it's a plastic. I mean, it's what kind of object is that? Suppose if you're creating like a iron part, it should be textured as a iron, right? It should be visible like a iron. Then only we can think it. Okay, we can assume that it's a iron object without giving the textures. Just modeling it by not even the modeling has been not been done as a with the line flow. It's a totally like a garbage kind of models which you guys don't right now. I'm openly saying for you guys. I've thought in many tools, many kind of options how to create the object with the line flows, right? The more practice you do, you get more kind of knowledges. If you're not doing it, you don't get anything, man. Please texture it. If you guys are becoming as a 3D model, if you want to guys become as a 3D model, 3D artist, if you are able to model, you should be able to doing the unwrapping also, because the person who have modeled it, he knows the where the line flow connects. The texturing department doesn't know how the modeling has been created. It's none of their business. If you are creating a model, you should be knowing how to unwrap it, how to use the UV layout, right? So make sure you guys be doing the textures, man. It doesn't take too much of time until you practice, until you get perfect in the texturing part. It will be tough for you guys only. I know it will be tough for you guys, but even I have struggled in that. It was I was when I was learning and I was as a student, the texturing part was the most difficult part in my career of animation. I thought, okay, this is not gonna work for me. I just quit it out. After just I tried myself. I just saw some YouTube videos, asking my teachers as a doubts, many things. I got the solution how the UV maps works and all. Until you practice, until you search your doubts, you're not gonna get anything, man. Please, I'm not saying for my sake. I'm saying for your sake. You can see the lighting and the window races, right? The fog kind of thing. You can show your interior kind of things in this model also. Natural lightings. While texturing, you guys can understand how the material, if you are iron material, if you suppose if you see this, it's like it's reflecting, right? Means it has a shininess. If it's not been textured, if you're not given added any kind of materials for that, we can't assume how what kind of materials has been added for that, right? Just adding the colors, it's not gonna work for you. You have to add the textures. So please keep on doing, just keep on modeling, keep on create your ideas, okay? Just sitting, just watching the YouTube videos, watching movies. I know we're all at the home itself, it's a lockdown time. Utilize your times, man. Ask me more doubts. I need from your questions from you guys. I'm the person who's searching the images and sending in the group. No one is sending your assignments. I've never seen assignments of you guys as a perfectly. Not even perfect, not even a 60% of completions which I've never seen. Please, if you guys have taken as a serious career, you have to do it. It's not a science or physics, me. It's kind of a art. Creating your drawings as a 3D. That's it. 60, 70. That's this is too much, right? So please, guys. Saurav Mehta. When I'm going to texture render, Maya crashes. Maya crashes. I'm not saying about now, bro. When you guys are in the institute, right? Why can't you utilize your lab? Why can't you utilize your systems? Why can't you practice in that? Okay, whatever the things has happened, let it go away. It's fine. From now onwards, let's see how you guys gonna perform it. Because I'm teaching more than the syllabus. I think you guys know that, right? I'm learning for you guys extra. I'm just using it. I'm getting most of the ideas. Why can't you guys? You have fresh brains, man. It's not been utilized. I haven't seen any single kind of assignment. I've given a time for you for 1 week of time which has been done. Please. I want you to see your assignment. Every assignment should, which as the model has been completed, it should be textured. I don't want to see only the model. I don't want to see only the mesh. It should be textured and clearly rendered. Okay, seriously. If you guys are not able to texture, just openly say that I don't know to texture. I can teach you again. Should I teach you again how the textures as should be done to the model? If you have any doubt, just comment me below. I'm ready to teach. You want to get about the mesh tools. Okay. The next section I'll be teaching about that. All the mesh tools, right? Yeah, I'll be teaching it. I have given the lighting intensities for the directions. I have given a 8,000, and for the spotlight I have given for 49,000 because I need to see this race. So I have increased more, very more, too much I have given for this. So around 49,000. You can give as a round figure as a 50. It doesn't matter. Okay, and in the atmosphere the density is 1000. This is the main thing. If you want to get the fog kind of effect, you need to give this value as 1000. Okay. Any doubts, just comment me below. Yeah, I think this image looks good now with the light source, window effect which has been created. Okay. Now your assignment, I'm saying strictly, please understand, the, the persons who have their system at the home, make sure you guys you'll be submitting your assignment by next class, by tomorrow itself. Okay. I want to see everyone's assignment. Okay. Strictly saying this. Thank you guys for watching this video, attending the classes. Okay. If you have any doubts, comment me below or just WhatsApp me. Thank you.